Hi, welcome to the Crafts channel. I'm Corinne Brad and I'd like to show you our never-ending card making kit, which is produced in association with Tattered Lace. If you check the description below, you can see all the details of how to get a hold of it. And if you can get into the packaging, I'll show you what's in there. What you've got is, for a start, you've got quite a handy bone type scoring tool. There are 16 pieces of card that are 5 centimetres by 20 centimetres in white and 3 colours. You've got a stash of little die cut greetings and pictures. I'll show you how to use them in a minute. And then we've got a whole host of lovely Christmas background papers in various shades that will match the die cuts. So, a never-ending card. If you've never made one before, it's quite simply one of the easiest things in the world, but what you need to do is you need to make sure that you start with pieces of paper that are 10 centimetres by 20 centimetres, or if you're working in inches, 3 inches by 6 inches. As long as this short measurement here is half of this long measurement here, then you can do it. What also makes your life easier is if you do a long measurement that's divisible by 4, because what you need to do first of all is, on your 20 centimetre line, find the smallest ruler in the world, and you want to score at 5 centimetres in from both ends. If you've got a scoring board, of course you can do it on that, probably a lot more accurate. But what you need to do is make sure that when you fold it in, it meets as a gatefold in the centre. Okay? So here are 4 bits that I've already pre-scored at home, which is why it's got dog hair on it. So to make your card, first of all, when you've scored it, fold your score lines in both directions so that it's got free movement. And then I'm just going to lay these down here. These are the 2 white pieces, and butt them up like this. And what you'll notice is I have marked crosses on these outside corners. Reason for that is, this is a green piece. I've also marked crosses on the outside corners of them as well. You need to glue these corners together, but don't do it like that because then it won't work. What you need to do is you need to glue it in the opposite, or not the opposite direction, at 90 degrees to your original base card. So I'm going to use a glue stick, and you don't glue the whole of this panel here. What you do is you just glue about a square on each corner that you put the cross on. Yeah, line that up like this and like this. And really, this is where your accuracy comes in with your lining up and your scoring and your measuring. You know, you can afford to be out by about 0.5 millimetre. But if you're out any more than that, then what you'll find is when you want to operate the mechanism, it gets caught. So that's one piece. I'm just going to glue this other piece. And while the glue is drying on this, I'll show you how the mechanism works on a card that has already been made. And I'll show you on a card that's already been made because the glue will have dried and it won't fall apart as I'm operating it. Okay. So what you have is you've got a card that looks like this to start with, but then if you bend that, it reveals a new picture. If you bend that, it reveals another picture, and you bend it out again. And this is why they're called never ending, because you can sit and you can fold and fold and fold each picture. And this is a great kind of card. If you've got messages and photographs and you know, sentiments that you want to send to somebody and you want a card to be really special, every fold reveals a new picture and a new design, and they are very simple to decorate. Hopefully this is dry now. Let's just test it. And as I'm testing it, I'm just going to rescore these lines. Could actually use the thing that's in the kit, couldn't I, instead of my dirty fingers. And get these nice sharp creases. It's a lot easier to understand what you're doing when you've actually decorated it. So as you can see, it folds and unfolds quite easily. So I'll start on this side here. I've pre-cut some of my papers to coordinate with the sizes of squares. So you can't see it on here because of the score lines. This panel in the middle here is 10 by 10. These ones are 5 by 10. So if you cut your pattern papers accordingly, and if anything, you just want to be half a mil undersized so that when you glue the papers in place, they don't interfere with any of your scored lines or cut lines. You'll see here, I don't know if you can see it on here, that's just a little bit over the edge. And although it doesn't matter on this first bit, when you fold that outside edge to the middle, it will matter because it will catch. So I find sometimes it's just easier to put them in place and then trim the piece of paper up as you go. So as you can see, I'm lining this up here. And actually that one fits perfectly. So 2 square pieces in the middle. Let's find, oh, did I cut that? No, yeah, we'll use these ones. These pieces are 5 by 10. And again, I'm just going to glue these roughly to save a bit of time. And it's alright, I'm not going to sit here and decorate the entire card for your delectation, because I'll leave that to your own imagination how you want to decorate your cards. But as I say, there's plenty of sheets of paper in the pack, and they're nice enough, modern enough colours that you can probably find other planes to coordinate with it if you wish. If you don't want to have patterns all the time, or if you want to put panels and layers panels, they're quite contemporary colours. I'm just going to trim that bit off there. It will look alright. So that's your first page. To decorate the middle of it, if you choose yourself a, let's have a robin. Let's pop him out of here. So you want to put the robin in the middle of the card. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to slice that robin in half, because across the middle is where your card opens. But what's handy with these die cut shapes, because you've got this kind of border to them, you don't even have to measure where the middle is. And then glue, let's get that out of the way, the bottom to the middle here. And again, line the top up. So there's a very small gap between the top and the bottom of the robin, but as you're looking at that card, you're not even going to notice it. Don't be tempted to use foam pads. If you use foam pads on these kind of cards, when you then fold it and unfold it, all it's going to do is it's going to create more bulk, and it's just going to make your card too fat to fold. So if you decorate your first piece, do your fold, and then you can do the same thing. I'm not going to glue these down. You've got your 2 square panels here, and you can see you've got these crease lines here. So what I'd suggest you do, oh, I thought it was so good, I thought I'd cut all the pieces of paper I would need, but I obviously haven't. You can put 5cm squares in the corners, and then you can have another 5 by 10 centimetre in the middle here. You can put another image on it, and you can just fill it full of different papers. You know, if you've got a family holiday and you want to make each side of it a different place that you visited to centre a relative, then you can do. But just make sure that you're accurate when you score your piece of card to start with. So say with the kit, you need to score these strips of card 5 centimetres in from each end, and then you line them up at right angles to each other, and then you can create this never-ending card that just keeps folding and unfolding forever. Hope you enjoyed that. Check out the description below to where you can get hold of your copy of this never-ending card kit, and we'll see you next time. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.